All right, you want to do this song? Yeah. This is a Son House tune that we learned because we love Son House and we love traditional blues. This is his. It's called Preachin Blues. Give me some religion. I'm gonna join the Baptist church. I'm gonna give me some religion. I'm gonna join the Baptist church. Gonna be a preacher, hey, so I don't have to work. I wish I had a heaven of my own. I wish I had a heaven of my own. Give all of my women your long and happy home. Hey. Come on, preach these blues. I'm gonna pick my seat and sit down. Hey, hey, oh, gonna preach these blues. Gonna pick my seat and sit down. Hey, hey, 'cause when the Spirit comes, oh, Lord knows I'm gonna want you to. I grabbed up my suitcase and took off down the road. Hey, hey, oh, grabbed up my suitcase and took off. Well, I was just messing around because I obviously selected this guitar to play, the Jazzmaster, because it's the first guitar that I ever thought about purchasing. Was definitely the Jazzmaster style of guitar, because we met Elvis Costello when we were 16, 17. We were playing an Americana festival in North Carolina called Merlefest, and one of the cool things about, obviously, Americana bluegrass festivals is they have all-star jams. And so Elvis Costello was headlining the festival, and he was up just singing a gospel song that we knew. So we ran across the stage to go and sing with him and made a friendship. And he, of course, has a very iconic Elvis Costello Jazzmaster with his name just inlaid down the fretboard. So after being on the road with him, I was like, that's what I need to play. So I was messing around with the Chelsea, to me, that sound, or Pump It Up, those are the things that, for me, that's that's how the guitar should sound. So I wanted one, and this is just unbelievable.
For me, my first encounter with the slide was actually through Dobro. And I listened a lot to Alison Krauss and thus Jerry Douglas. So I would say a big influence of mine when I first started playing out was Jerry Douglas. And I pretty much learned his entire repertoire of music, all his solos and everything. And
We hide, we seek. Off Slide Rule.
Yeah.
Very old school Jerry Douglas record. The blues. What I love is that we actually started out playing classical violin and piano.
Going way back to the
as
beginning.
toddlers. Like our mother and father put us in lessons. And then when we were 12, 13, we went to our very first bluegrass festival. And so that was our first experience, live, real world experience of bluegrass music. And that, I think, for us was opening the doors into the power of traditional American music and sort of inspired us to, over the years, continue to dig deeper. Because our dad was playing us classic rock records from the beginning, like Allman Brothers. And so you're hearing this slide guitar and you're not understanding where it's coming from until you're like, wait, it had to come from somewhere. It came from the blues, and everything kind of winds inexorably back. So for us, it's just been a 10, 15-year journey to finally work it in, to feel like we're embracing our culture and our roots and all the good stuff. So if I could be any blues artist or steal their entire repertoire of songs, it would be Skip James.
Amen.
For me, Skip James is one of the most haunting artists. When you listen, it's just his guitar and his voice, and there is such a purity to the way that he sings that it's I could listen to him for the rest of my life. He would be my infinity listen, And his song, Hard Time Killin' Floor Blues, which we actually ended up recording on our most recent record because we were if only we had written this song, because it's timeless. When you listen to the lyric, he's speaking about things that are relevant 200 years ago, 300 years in the future. It is just the human condition that he's speaking about. And it's an amazing song, and it's so beautiful.
You did choose the one I was
I knew it.
But actually, if you just closed your eyes and pointed at a Skip James song from his catalog, that I would probably wish I could have written it. But I'll also say The Thrill Is Gone. I'll say The Thrill Is Gone. I think that
who's been covered by everyone.
Everybody. I mean, I think that speaks.
Who would be your
volumes
quintessential
to
version, though? BB, maybe?
I think BB King's
BB's
Thrill Is Gone.
And also, what I love is that we came to The Thrill Is Gone during our bluegrass days, because David Grisman and Jerry Garcia had a thing called Grateful Dog, which I thought was great. And they did The Thrill Is Gone. And they did it almost not quite reggae, but more reggae influence. And that was the first time we heard that song. And then hearing
Mountain Reggae.
There you go. Hearing everyone else who's done it and put their own spin. That's another just iconic song. Good pick. Starting out with classical music, we of course had little cardboard violins, because I was 3 when we started taking lessons. So we graduated up into bluegrass in our early teens, and my first instrument within the bluegrass genre was actually banjo. And the banjo that I played as a teenager, I have here tonight. And it's one that was built just down the road in Ringgold, Georgia by a guy called Bobby Burns. And that was my first, the instrument that I really had a personal connection with. Closely followed by mandolin, because obviously the violin is strung the same as the mandolin. So that was short of picking up a pick, it was a pretty natural transition sonically.
Your transition drum, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My gateway.
My first instrument that really spoke to me was a sheer horn dobro, which those are gorgeous instruments. But then my first lap steel was not this guy, but the same model. That actually the neck snapped off. We had an accident in a cab, and the neck snapped off. But I ended up getting the same one. I've only ever bought these old Rickenbacker lap steels, so that's my babies.
Megan's a one and done guy.
If I find something that works,
she's
I'm
done.
sticking with it.
Tube screamer. Since day one, never changed a
Never
volume
changed.
pedal, tube screamer, tuner.
Took off down the road. Hey, oh, grabbed up my suitcase and took off down the road.
Thanks for watching the Vault Sessions. Every view and subscription we get helps us buy guitars for kids. Click here to subscribe, click here to watch more Vault Sessions, and visit our website here to learn more about our Guitars for Kids program. We'll see you next week.